Hey everyone, Conger here with a crash course on how to pitch your idea at Startup Weekend. Every Startup Weekend kicks off with an open mic session where anybody can pitch their idea to the crowd. Then we vote on the ideas, and the ones with the most support end up being the ones we work on for the rest of the weekend. So how can your idea be one of those ideas? Well, here's the catch. You only get 1 minute to pitch. So the name of the game is to condense your idea down to its essence so that people can see two things. What is this idea and why is it worth pursuing? Which really boils down to a value proposition. So let's take Uber as an example. Take a second and think about how you would pitch the idea for Uber in 1 minute. Okay, now give that pitch a try. Pause the video, do whatever you need to do, and come back. How did that go? Did you get anywhere close to communicating why somebody might see Uber as a valuable service, one that people would pay for, one that people might want to work on with you? Well, if not, it's okay, because it takes a lot of practice to become really good at doing this. What we're really trying to get down to then is what creates value? Where does value come from? Let's step back and think about what really makes products or services valuable. If you think about all the stuff that you find valuable, you might notice that all these products and services are trying to help you do things that you have to do and want to do in your life. They're trying to solve problems in a way that matters to you. We believe this so strongly that we think pitching ideas for solutions at Startup Weekend is a waste of time. Instead, we want you to pitch us on the problem that you want to solve. If we get everyone working on problems that are really worth solving, the best solutions will come. So what makes a problem worth solving? Well, first there has to be a real point of pain that is significant that could be addressed. But also, really worthwhile problems always connect to a job that somebody has to do in their life. This can mean the job that they do is their profession, but it's usually a lot more specific than that. For example, one of the jobs I have to do as a professor is to prepare to teach my classes. But I'm also a dad, so another important job I have is spending time with my kids. Both of these jobs are important, and if somebody solved a big problem that I faced trying to do them in a way that made the hard parts easier and the good parts better, it would be valuable to me. But of course, if I'm going to start using your product or service to help me do these jobs, I would also consider the other options that are available to me, including the most obvious one, which is just to keep doing things the way I always have. These are all things that any one of us would take into consideration as a customer, and as entrepreneurs, we should consider the same thing. Would solving a problem for this customer create any real value for them? Turns out this is kind of a hard question to answer, and you really need to go out and talk to people and get a real sense of what their life is like to see how something you do for them might be valuable. So if you haven't done that yet, you should go out and do it now. Okay. Now that you've got some insights about who your customers are and what their lives are like and what problems you could solve for them, it's time to break down the problem you want to pitch and capture it on paper. So the tool that I've got right in front of you now is particularly easy to use, and I like it because it makes capturing and evaluating the problem you care about very straightforward. And it really sets you up with everything you need for a great Startup Weekend elevator-style pitch. You just fill in the blanks. So let's try it with Uber. With a little Googling, you can easily find the original pitch deck that Uber used to pitch to their investors. I just took some of what they included in that pitch and I tried to reverse engineer the value proposition that Uber offers to riders like you or me. And it took me maybe 10 minutes. So at Uber, I want to help urban professionals who need to get around the city that they live in by reducing their expense and wait times and increasing the convenience of transportation so that they can have more flexibility and freedom, unlike using a taxi or a limo. So the most important piece is that pink text. That's really the core of the value proposition, where we say why what we're doing will make a meaningful difference in the life of our customers. It's really about having more flexibility and freedom in how you get around the city. Not so much even about the pains or gains, or the job you have to do per se. It really should be focused on value. So, if I take that information that I've put together about Uber, about their rider customers, I really have a lot of useful raw materials that I can use to make a great pitch. So here goes. My idea is to help professionals in cities around the U.S. who want to get around town without the hassle of having to find a cab or the expense of hiring a limo, so that they can have the flexibility and freedom to make their everyday lives better. That's it. Like anything worth learning, it takes practice to be good at this, but I hope that this has at least given you a place to start. So get out there, cook up some rad ideas for Startup Weekend, and pitch us a problem, one that can create value if you solve it. I'll see you there.